Welcome back to the track for what can only be described as the most chaotic race of the decade. The Chinese Grand Prix just delivered a result no one saw coming. We witnessed the birth of a legend as 18-year-old Kimi Antonelli defied all odds to take the checkered flag. But while Mercedes celebrates, a dark cloud hangs over Woking. McLaren suffered a double DNF that could ruin their championship hopes. We're diving deep into the telemetry, the strategy, and the physical endurance required to survive this brutal race. From Hamilton's heroic climb to the technical failures that cost Norris everything, this is the full breakdown of the Shanghai Shocker.
The drama started before the tires were even warm. Lights out and the pack hurtled toward the infamous tightening turn 1. In a split second, a 4-car pileup involving Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez sent carbon fiber flying across the asphalt. The stewards had no choice. Red flag. This wasn't just a physical collision. It was a psychological blow to the favorites. Drivers had to sit in the pits for 20 minutes, trying to keep their heart rates down and their focus sharp, while engineers scrambled to assess the damage. The grid was reset, but the hierarchy was already shattered.
When the race restarted, all eyes were on the young Italian, Kimi Antonelli. Driving for Mercedes, the pressure was immense, but he drove like a veteran. His tire management was purely scientific. While others struggled with graining on the front left, Antonelli maintained a consistent pace of 136.4, pulling a 5-second gap on the field. This wasn't just luck, it was technical brilliance. His ability to find the racing line in the humid Shanghai conditions allowed him to conserve energy and rubber for the final push. At just 18, he has rewritten the record books of Formula One.
If Antonelli was the future, Lewis Hamilton reminded everyone why he is the GOAT. Starting from a dismal P18 after a poor qualifying session, Lewis used every ounce of his experience. He executed 15 overtakes on track, moving through the field with surgical precision. His fitness was the key factor, managing 5 G-forces through the high-speed corners for 56 laps. By lap 45, he was in the hunt for the podium. Utilizing a risky hard tire strategy, he managed to overtake Leclerc in the final stages to claim a stunning P3. It's his 198th podium, and perhaps one of his most hard-earned.
From the highs of Mercedes to the absolute lows of McLaren, this was a weekend Woking will want to forget. It started with Lando Norris suffering a catastrophic hydraulic failure on lap 12. Moments later, Oscar Piastri was forced to retire with overheating brakes. For a team that looked like the main challengers to Red Bull, scoring 0 points is a devastating blow. The technical data suggests a cooling error in the side pods, unable to cope with the 30 degrees Celsius ambient temperature. They leave China empty-handed and searching for answers before the Miami Grand Prix.
To understand this race, you have to understand the physical demands. The Shanghai circuit features one of the most demanding turns in the world, Turn 1. Drivers experience sustained lateral G-forces of up to 5 G. Over 56 laps, that is the equivalent of carrying a small elephant on your neck. Furthermore, the braking zones require 80 kilograms of pressure on the pedal every few seconds. We saw several drivers struggling with fatigue toward the end, which led to the uncharacteristic errors we witnessed. Antonelli's training program clearly paid off, as his heart rate remained a steady 165 BPM, compared to the 180 BPM of his rivals.
The atmosphere in the paddock post-race was electric. Toto Wolff was seen embracing Antonelli's family, visibly emotional after the rookie's first win. Meanwhile, the McLaren garage was a scene of intense debriefs. The Chinese fans provided an incredible backdrop, their cheers for Hamilton echoing through the grandstands. This race has completely shifted the narrative for the season. Red Bull's dominance looks vulnerable, Mercedes is back in the fight, and the youth movement is officially here. The Antonelli era hasn't just begun, it has exploded onto the scene.
So, where do we stand? With his win and fastest lap, Kimi Antonelli moves up to third in the Drivers' Championship. Lewis Hamilton's P3 keeps him firmly in the top 5, while McLaren slides down to 4th in the Constructors. The momentum is shifting rapidly as we head across the Atlantic to the Miami Grand Prix.
Will McLaren solve their cooling issues? Can Antonelli repeat his performance on the street circuit? One thing is certain, the 2024 season just got a whole lot more interesting. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more technical F1 breakdowns.